So hello, welcome to Mathematics 9, and this is the fourth quarter, week 1 for school year 2020-2021. Unti na lang, malapit na tayong matapos. So for this week, or for this quarter, we are going to be focusing on trigonometry. So what is trigonometry? Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that studies relationships between side, lengths, and angles of triangle. So, ibig sabihin, ginagamit natin ang trigonometry para mahanap natin ang sukat ng mga side at mga angles ng isang triangle. So, for this week, we are going to solve triangles that are right triangles. So, right triangles are triangles that has a 90-degree angle, like this one. So, let's name this right triangle, triangle ABC. So, paano ba natin lalagyan ng, paano natin bibigyan ng values or mag-a-assign tayo ng values para sa right triangle? Okay? So, example, we have angle A. This is our angle A. Yung angle A, ang opposite side niya is yung nasa baba. Okay? So, that becomes side A. Okay? Now, dun naman sa angle B, ang opposite side niya is yung nasa left side. So, that will be side B. So, notice na inassign kong character or value sa sides are small letters. So, yung angle C, yun yung across niya is yung pinakamahabang side. So, that will be the side C. Okay? Now, for example, let us now name the parts of a right triangle. First, let's say, ang given na angle is nasa angle B. So, ang given angle, ang tawag din sa kanya ay reference angle. Kasi yun yung binigay na angle sa given na angle. Alright? Now, let us start with the first side, which is the pinakamadaling ma-identify na side ng right triangle. And that is the hypotenuse. So, on this right triangle, ang hypotenuse natin is yung side C. Okay, paano natin malalaman kung ano yung hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. So, yung pinakamahabang side ng triangle, yun po yung hypotenuse. At the same time, ang hypotenuse ay opposite ng right angle. Okay. So, yun yung hypotenuse. Now, may matitirang dalawang side. These two sides will depend dun sa given na reference angle. So, notice that the reference angle is on angle B. So, ang katapat ni angle B ay si side B. When we say katapat or across, we call that the opposite side. So, yun po yung opposite side. Kung nasan yung given na angle, yung katapat niya, siya yung opposite. Next is, lastly, it is the adjacent. So, the adjacent side, siya yung natitirang side ng triangle or siya yung katabi ng reference angle na hindi hypotenuse. Kasi tandaan nyo, yung reference angle, katabi niya yung hypotenuse, tsaka yung adjacent. So, para hindi kayo malito, always identify first what is the hypotenuse or which is the hypotenuse. Kasi automatic, yung kabilang side will be the adjacent. Okay? Depende doon sa given na reference angle. So, let us unlock the terms. So, these are the definition of the parts of the triangle. So, reference angle, this is the acute angle. When we say acute angle, these are angles that are less than 90 degrees between the terminal side and the x-axis. It is always positive and it is indicated by the symbol theta. So, yun po yung symbol ng theta. Opposite side is the side across the reference angle in the right triangle. And then the adjacent side is the side next to the reference in a right triangle. Okay? So, tandaan nyo ha, para mas madali, unahin nyong hanapin ang hypotenuse, which is the longest side of a triangle. It is always opposite the right angle. Okay, so what are the 6 trigonometric functions? So these are the 6 trigonometric functions. We have the sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cosecant, and cotangent. So, andyan na rin nakalista yung mga abbreviation nila. So, just check it out or screenshot nyo. Okay? So, the ratio of these 6 trigonometric function for sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Secant theta is equals to hypotenuse over adjacent. Cosecant theta is equals to hypotenuse over opposite. And cotangent theta is equals to adjacent over opposite. So, kung titingnan nyo yung ratio, mapapansin nyo na si sine, ang kabaliktaran niya, ang sine theta kasi is opposite over hypotenuse. Ang kabaliktaran niya is si cosecant. So, makikita nyo si cosecant, hypotenuse over opposite. Now, si cosine theta naman is adjacent over hypotenuse. Ang kabaliktaran niya ay si secant theta, which is hypotenuse over adjacent. Diba? And lastly, ang tangent natin, which is opposite over adjacent, ang kabaliktaran niya ay si cotangent theta, which is equals to adjacent over opposite. Okay. So, the fundamental trigonometric identities. Diba? Katulad kanina, sabi natin, ang kabaliktaran ni sine is si cosecant. Kaya ang sine theta is equals to 1 over cosecant theta. Si cosine theta, kabaliktaran niya si secant, kaya cosine theta is equals to 1 over secant theta. Si tangent, ang kabaliktaran niya is si cotangent, that's why tangent theta is equals to 1 over cotangent theta. So, ayun na. Yung cosecant theta is equals to 1 over sine theta. Secant theta is equals to 1 over cosine theta. Cotangent theta is equals to 1 over tangent theta. And then we also have the quotient identities. So, ang tangent theta, that is equals to sine theta over cosine theta. And then cotangent theta is equals to cosine theta over sine theta. And then these are the Pythagorean identities. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equals to 1. 1 plus tangent squared theta is equals to secant squared theta. 1 plus cotangent squared theta is equals to cosecant squared theta. Okay. So, para mas madali, ma-memorize yung trigonometric identities, kailangan mo lang tandaan yung SO, CA, TOA. So, what is SO, CA, TOA? Mag-start tayo sa SO. SO stands for sine theta is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. CA stands for cosine theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. TOA stands for tangent theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. So, sabi natin, para mas madali, ano ba ang kabaliktaran ni sine or yung reciprocal ni sine? So, reciprocal ni sine is si cosecant. So, automatic, cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. Si cosine, ang reciprocal niya is si secant. So, secant is equals to hypotenuse over adjacent. And si tangent, ang reciprocal niya ay si cotangent, that is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. So, let us try to use this, yung mga narinig natin kanina. So, let us say we have the right triangle QRS. So, mapapansin nyo, ang 90-degree angle natin ay si angle S. Okay? So, if you write down or we assign values to the each sides, so opposite ng angle R is side R. Opposite ng angle Q is side Q. And opposite ng angle S is si side S. Okay? So, ang ano natin, ang given reference angle natin ay si angle R. Okay? So, ang opposite natin, side R. Bakit? Kasi yun yung katapat ni angle R. And then, ang adjacent natin ay si side Q. Kasi si hypotenuse natin is si side S. Because side S is where, angle S is where the 90-degree angle is. And across angle S is side S. And that is the hypotenuse. So, yan ang una nyong gagawin. Identify nyo kung anong opposite, ano yung adjacent, ano yung hypotenuse. So, let us now get the trigonometric identities of this right triangle. So, let us start with sine. So, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Our opposite is R. Our hypotenuse is S. So, sine theta is equals to R over S. For cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So, ang adjacent natin ay Q, ang hypotenuse natin is S. So, cosine theta is equals to Q over S. Then, tangent theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. So, ang opposite natin is R, adjacent natin is Q. So, tangent theta is equals to R over Q. Ako, ang ginagawa kong technique, pinagtatapat-tapat ko na sila pag sinulat ko sila. Katulad niyan, pinagtapat ko yung magka-reciprocal ni si sine tsaka si cosecant, si cosine tsaka si secant, si tangent tsaka si cotangent. Pinagtapat ko na sila para babaliktarin ko na lang sila. Katulad niyan, si sine theta, R over S, kabaliktad niyan is S over R. Si cosine, ang reciprocal niya ay si secant, kaya secant theta magiging, kung Q over S sa cosine, sa secant magiging S over Q. Sa cotangent naman, kabaliktaran niya is si tangent. So, kung ang tangent theta natin is R over Q, ang cotangent natin is Q over R. Okay. Okay, so let us now try to solve this right triangle. This time, we have to find the values of 6 trigonometric function in each of the in this right triangle. This is a right triangle because it's a triangle that has a 90-degree angle. So, as you can see, ang given lang dito ay yung dalawang sides, which is 9 and 5. Now, let us identify first ano ang hypotenuse, ano ang opposite, ano ang adjacent. So, ang opposite natin, ang hypotenuse natin, okay, sabi ko nga, lagi nating unahin unahin natin ang hypotenuse para hindi tayo nalilito sa adjacent. So, ang hypotenuse natin, since this one, andito yung right angle natin, therefore, yung katapat niya is the hypotenuse. So, mapapansin nyo, hindi given yung hypotenuse. Unknown siya. Okay? And then, yung opposite natin, okay? So, opposite is the side that is across the given angle or the reference angle. Since andito yung reference angle natin, ang katapat niya is yung 9, ang opposite natin is 9. Okay? And syempre, yung natitira, adjacent natin, which is 5, yung katabi ng reference angle. Okay. So, solve ba natin kaagad yung 6 trigonometric functions? So, as you can see, kulang tayo ng isang side. Dapat kasi kumpleto tayo ng 3 sides. Kasi nga, opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse ang kailangan natin. So, for this problem, we have to find first the hypotenuse. Okay, paano natin hahanapin yung hypotenuse? By using Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So, ang Pythagorean theorem, it is the square of the longest side of the of the triangle, which is the hypotenuse, equals to the sum of the squares of the two legs. Okay, c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. So, yung c squared, siya yung hypotenuse. Lagi siya yung pinaka-longest, pinaka-mahaba. So, since ang hinahanap natin ay hypotenuse, so c squared lang yan. And then, yung a tsaka b, pwede siya mag-interchange. So, gawin natin a si 9. So, 9 squared plus b squared, which is 5 squared. So, c squared is equals to 9 squared is 9 times 9 equals to 81 plus 5 times 5 is 25. Okay? So, 81. So, we have 81 plus 25. So, that is equal to 106. So, that is our c squared. Okay? And then, we find the square root para maano natin. Square root natin, para c lang siya. Kasi c squared yun eh. So, c is equals to square root of 106. That is equal to 10.29. So, you can use calculator. Okay? So, actually, it's 10.30. If you round it off, becomes 10.30. Okay? Now, so meron na tayong hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse is 10.30. Okay, madali na to. So, mag-SOH na tayo. So, using SOH, so is sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is equals to sine, So, this is sine theta is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. And then TOA is tangent theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Okay? O, alam na natin. Andito naman na yung ano natin kasi na-identify na natin yung hypotenuse, opposite, tsaka adjacent. All we have to do is just substitute. Opposite is 9. Hypotenuse is 10.30. Cosine theta, adjacent over hypotenuse. So, adjacent is 5. And then, hypotenuse is 10.30. And then, tangent theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. So, that is, opposite is 9. And then, adjacent is 5. Okay. So, katulad nung sinabi kong technique kanina, itapat mo na lang dun sa ka-reciprocal niya. Ang reciprocal ng sin theta ay si cosecant theta. Okay? So, yung 9 over 10 over 30, baliktarin mo lang siya, 10.30 over 9. Si cosine, ang kabaliktaran niya ay si secant theta. So, that is equals to, kung 5 over 10 over 10.30 si cosine, si secant will be 10.30 over 5. And then, si tangent, ang reciprocal niya ay si cotangent theta. So, that is equal to, kung ang tangent theta ay 9 over 5, ang cotangent natin will be 5 over 9. So, there you have it. You have found the 6th trigonometric function of this given triangle. Okay, so here's another example of a right triangle. Let us find the trigonometric functions of this right triangle. So, the given right triangle has a missing side again. So, let us identify the parts. We have, let's find the hypotenuse, the opposite, and then the adjacent. Okay? So, the right angle we have is this one. So, opposite the right angle is 5. So, therefore, our hypotenuse is equals to 5. And then, this is the reference angle, the given angle. Ang katapat ng reference angle is the opposite side. So, as you can see, wala pang value ang opposite side. So, this is still unknown. And then, our adjacent, yung natitira, which is equals to 3. Okay? So again, we have a missing side. So let us find first the missing side using Pythagorean theorem. So using Pythagorean theorem, that is c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. So tatandaan yung c squared or yung c, that is the hypotenuse or the longest side. So for this triangle, ang hypotenuse natin is 5. Kaya c squared is 5 squared. And then a squared, gawin na natin 3 squared. And then the b, siya na lang yung opposite natin. Okay? So, 5 squared, that is 25, is equals to 3 squared is 9 plus b squared. Okay? So, let us now, 25 minus 9 is equals to b squared. 25 minus 9 is equals to 16, equals to b squared. Okay, pagbalik rin natin, b squared is equals to 16. Ayan, hindi tayo nasanay tayo sa left. Okay, now let us find the square root. Okay, so square root of b squared is b, and square root of 16 is equals to 4. Okay, so therefore, ang O natin is 4. So, ang opposite natin is equals to 4. Now, let us now find the sixth trigonometric function. Again, using TOA, wait, let me change the color para hindi tayo malito. So, let us make so is equal to sine theta is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Then, we have cosine theta, that is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. And then we have tangent theta, that is equals to opposite over adjacent. So, since meron na tayo ditong sinulat na given, madali na lang siyang i-substitute. O over H, that is 4 over 5. And then A over H, that is 3 over 5. And then O over A, that is 4 over 3. And then again, yung opposite nila, sine is opposite with, or reciprocal of sine is cosecant theta. So 4 over 5 becomes 5 over 4. Cosine theta, the reciprocal is secant theta. So 3 over 5 becomes 5 over 3. And then cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent theta. So if tangent theta is 4 over 3, cotangent theta will become 3 over 4. Okay? So do not forget to, since the final answers are in lowest term, this will be the final answer. Make sure that your final answers in your exercises or in your learning tasks will be always simplified or in lowest terms. So that would be all for week 1. I hope this will help you in answering your learning packets and your learning tasks in Mathematics 9. Thank you, and till next time. Bye!